Hello, all of my wine and food lovers out there. And thank you for listening and watching another great episode of my What's Your Winenergy podcast. Today, I'm talking to Tanisha Sims Summers, the amazing owner of the Naughty But Nice Kettle Corn Company. So grab your favorite glass of wine, sit back, and enjoy. So hello and welcome to Wine Dine Didi's What's Your Winenergy? I am so excited today to have the beautiful, the famous, one of the hardest working moms you will ever, and wife you will ever find. And that is Tanisha Sims Summers with the Naughty But Nice Kettle Corn Company in Birmingham, Alabama. Hello, Tanisha.
Oh, Mr. Cora, what a beautiful introduction. And I have to say, I'm going to echo everything you just said about me to you because we just hit it off wonderfully the first go round, and you just can recognize energy. Hence, we're at the Winenergy podcast. So I'm just so excited. I know the venture you're kicking off, and thank you for having us.
Well, thank you for agreeing to join. I first of all, I love your popcorn. That's number one. And second of all, I just love, yes, I am definitely a pop head. I'm going to be hashtagging that everywhere. So, and I just love you and your energy. So, this is a What's Your Winenergy? So the first thing I'm going to ask is, do you drink wine?
Do I not drink wine?
That's the question. That's the question people should ask me. Do you not?
I do drink wine.
Good. Right. What do you like?
Even let my son have a sip or two. He's 17.
Nothing wrong with that. My daughter's too.
I let him do that occasionally. And he's mature. And so, he'll see me. I have a glass of wine when I'm cooking normally, or when I'm doing my work at night. I put it on my little nightstand, and it helps me to just get in a chill mode.
There you go. I tell people, my motto, I have 4 things about wine that I always say. To me, wine is healing. Wine is celebration. Wine is, wine is passion. And wine is, of course, energy. Hence, what's your wine energy?
Wine energy.
Yes. So it is just good to have. So what do you like? What wine do you like?
Oh, so I'm not a connoisseur, and I probably would butcher a lot of these. But at a very young age, when I first started drinking wine, I was in college, and I lean towards I would lean towards a Merlot. So red wine. I would go with I could do a dry wine, and I thought that was very interesting at a young age, to be like involved in that. So yes, that was where I started. Now, as I progressed, I would get into, some of the Moscatos, some of the sweeter ones. Right. I still do a red, so I could do a red sweet. Right. So that's generally what I'll keep around.
There you go. I love it, girl. Look, all good wines to have. I do a Merlot Monday every Monday. So I always pop a Merlot on Monday. Yes, ma'am. My husband loves Merlot. Like, that's his favorite. So he loves it. So we keep Merlot in the house. So
and that's like healthier, right? I mean,
red
for your heart and red wine.
Red wine is good. But now what people don't understand too, white wine has healing properties also. It has some of the same, it has some of the same antibodies, things that help keep your immune system. But red wine is great, like if you work out a lot. Red wine is good to have after you work out. That's why you see a lot of athletes into wine now, because they drink it after they play, because it just adds some things that they've lost by sweating back into their body. So red wine is really, really good. You'll see people using it at the spa now. You can do a
oh, I definitely
yes. So it is great. So you are a connoisseur. You just don't know it. You sound like a connoisseur to me.
Am I? Okay.
Yes, you do.
Well, I mean, I lean towards, if I'm gonna do anything, I like it to be the healthier alternative.
Correct.
And so you know, obviously there's liquor, and I'll do that socially every now and again. But I don't have a stock bar at my home.
Right.
So I think a nice glass of wine is great to have. And so if I have to do something, I would love to know that it has some level of health benefit to it as well.
Yes. And so hence why I am drinking my big glass of red right here. I'm drinking a Cabernet Sauvignon. That's okay. Look, I'm going to drink enough for the both of us.
Sip one for me, girl.
Yes, I will. I'm going to take a little sip before we get started. Yes, this cab. There you go. There you go. I love it. Well, girl, let's get right into you and your company. Tell me, give me your story. How did you get started? How did you come about the Naughty But Nice Kettle Corn Company?
Well, I'm going to try to find a short way to tell this story, even though it's hard for me to ever get to that path without kind of reverting back to my childhood.
Got you.
And that's very significant to me because I would consider myself the village child. I was practically raised by my grandmother, my grandfather, as well as my aunt in Virginia. And there's a significance. It's all going to tie together. My mother, who, she gave me up for adoption. She was a younger mom, and it was nothing bad as far as drugs or anything concerned. She was just in a point in her life where she didn't, I guess, feel she had the support to be a young mom. And so we've had an estranged relationship. And as a result, my father, who was in the military at the time, maybe 20 years old, came over from overseas because he was the only one who could stop the adoption. And while he was serving, his parents, as well as his sister and his brother, really had to play a big part in raising me. So I call myself the village child. I raise my children to be the village children. And I think it really creates a sense of community. But while my grandmother was raising me in Birmingham, and I also lived between Birmingham and Virginia, she bought me a little snow cone machine. And that was my first time trying to, the little Snoopy.
Yes, the little Snoopy. I remember. I think I had one. yes.
Well, so she bought me that, and I would try to sit on the corner and sell little ices until I met my childhood best friend. And we both went to Catholic school. So what's unique about Catholic school children is that children can come from various areas in the community. So versus when you live in a public school, normally it's a neighborhood, centric type of thing.
Correct.
So you kind of know the kids in your community. So we did. And so we kind of stumbled upon each other at 7 years old. And we would then sell popsicles during the Auburn and Alabama games that were played at Legion Field.
So your entrepreneur spirit started young.
Yes.
Oh yeah. My goodness. I love it.
And I had no idea. So I fought it obviously for a while. I finished at UAB. I studied marketing and Spanish. I got pregnant my senior year of college. And so I immediately, of course, I had to think about getting a corporate job, which I did not want to. Everybody I knew was like, oh, this is where I'm going to work. And I'm in my mind like, I just want to start a company, but I have to feed myself and my child. Because if I didn't have a child, I would have eaten noodles and I probably would have jumped out. But God is so intentional. He knows what he's doing. Because all of my 12 years of corporate experience has prepared me for the success that we've had incrementally over the course of this business. And so my aunt in Virginia, she, when I had my daughter, which is my second child, in 2007, that was the pivotal point where I'm like, okay, God, this is what it feels like. I'm on maternity leave. I've been working for 12 years. There's no way I can do this until I'm 60 something, right? There's no way I can. So she was like, you should start this kettle corn business. You should really think about it. My friend here, she's, working and she's franchised like a little kettle corn company and people are coming over and from DC and different places and they love it. And I'm like, kettle corn, really? Because, I have an investment banking background in digital marketing. So I never saw myself in the snack food space or anything like that. But I will say that, God's blessings can be hidden. And if we are not open to receiving, we will miss out on it. And so everything that I'm passionate about, which is community, which is financial literacy, which is giving people opportunities who may not otherwise have had them to grow and flourish in a, I would like to say we will be considered a corporate company, but we're going to be very non-conformative corporate, right?
Got
and
you.
so
Corporate but intentional.
but corporate but intentional.
Yes.
So we're far from that, but that is where my vision is. And so that is what allows me to enjoy this journey and be so open to the amazing people I get to meet and help, and who's helped me along the way as well.
Oh my goodness, that is an amazing story. And you know what? The fact that you got the snow cone machine and then said, I'm going to sell this. And then say, I'm not just going to watch Alabama Auburn, because, you know, we live in Alabama. So that's like a holiday.
That is.
I am going to turn this into an opportunity to make some money. Your entrepreneurial spirit at a young age, it shows now that this is where you were supposed to be. I know you had to do corporate because of your son, but you are exactly where you're supposed to be right now. And I can just see it, and I just love it. That is an amazing story. Now, tell me something else. So you've started this journey of you know, building your business, building your brand. What is something that you know now that you didn't know then, but you wish you would have known? Something that you can share with somebody that's starting out.
I would say, like, take the chance. Take the chance on yourself. Because
I'm gonna write that one down.
Take a chance on yourself. It's a quote that I found in high school, and it says, if you're ever going to doubt anything, doubt your limits. The author is anonymous, but that stuck with me and it resonated with me. And even though there were times I was doubtful, but you know, we always try to wait the perfect time. I tried to wait the perfect time to have children. You know, oh, I'm going to get married at the perfect time. Oh, I'll start a business at the perfect time. I would have never planned it the way as well as it went. And I had to still take a chance. I could have still said, well, you know, we don't have enough money. You have to be willing to go through the fire and the sacrifice and the hard times of what you really want. If you're not going to do it, who else is going to do it? So, you know, trust that everything is working together for your good. Everything that you need will be at your fingertips. And so it's just like you said, it's a puzzle piece, and we're maneuvering through life, and we're always trying to figure out, how are we going to make this perfect? How are we going to make it work? When if you just trust the process and trust the vision that was put inside of you, then the universe or God or whatever, I say God, he will connect the dots. There were times where we have had just opportunities. Like I told you, you and I met because of the MasterCard experience.
Yes.
Someone referred us. That I didn't go and seek them. I'm not begging for opportunities. So I really believe in the idea of attracting what you want and not chasing what you want. And you attract it through visualization, how you treat people, setting a good name for yourself, because those are the things that you're depositing into the world. And then you'll be able to make withdrawals. And so that's probably what I would tell my younger self. And I'm not saying that I did this at the wrong time. I think it was impeccable timing, but could I have done it sooner had I believed in myself a little more? So
right. Got you. Attract what you want. Don't chase what you want. I love that. I love that because we live in this world where we're always seeming like we're on this rat race. We're running, we're chasing. We got to get this and we got to get that. And I am a true believer that if you sit back, breathe, be true to yourself, good opportunities will come to you. Exactly what you said. You will attract what you want, and you don't have to chase what you want. I love that. I love that.
It always happens. Never fails. It always happens. You know, write it down, believe it can happen. Don't overly stress about the how. Okay. Right. Do your part. write it down, take some classes, connect with some people. You know, the bad things that don't work out, don't hold that over the next person's head. The opportunity to build new great relationships, just take it as, and I'm still learning this. Like sometimes we look at the failures of relationships or jobs or whatever those things are that didn't work. Just trust that. Don't be mad. Don't hold on to that energy. Trust that the universe is just helping you to navigate through, and the people who should be on the journey, who's going to help propel you to where you need to go. I know you and I had a very extensive conversation, and this is something you wanted to do, and it took a phone call. It took us almost about to do this, and now here you are, and you look like you've been doing this like your whole life.
Well, thank you so much. And it's like you said, it's the people that God's put in your path that helps propel you to where you need to be, you know. And you, when you say write it down, I'm a big believer in journaling. And the word says, write it down, make it plain. So I write it down and make it plain to myself, make it plain. And you mentioned relationships. So that brings me in a lead right into my next question. So you and your husband own Naughty But Nice Kettle Corn together, correct? And you're married, you have children. How do you do it? Tell me. There are people out there that and I know in my younger life, I used it as an excuse. Well, you know, I'm married, I got kids, I'm working, I can't do this, I can't do that. I said a lot of can't. But you don't say can't. You say, hey, yes, I'm married. Yes, I have young kids. Yes, I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I'm a business owner, but I can do it all. Give me 3 things that allows you to be able to be all of those things. A mother, a wife, a mother, and a business owner. How do you manage it?
Well, so number one, I believe in the purpose of why I'm doing what I'm doing. And it's bigger than just money. It's bigger than building a business for my kids to just have, because I don't really believe in that. I believe that, you know, they may not want to have anything to do with this business. But if I can build something that can help them to achieve what they do want to achieve, as well as enhancing other people's lives, then I know I have the courage to do that. And when you believe in that and you're sold on that, then your family sees it. That's number one. Number two, I keep them, so I keep my mission and my vision and what God, how he wants to use me in this business. I keep that in front of me. Number two, I make sure that I include them in the process. They're right here, right now. So if anybody hears any little voices scrambling in the back, which they are well behaved.
It's a beautiful sound.
It is. I have my 17-year-old working, and they're coloring, and they are a part of this. This is, they understand it's not you stay at home because mommy has to do this. It's a we thing. And then I explain to them why we're doing it. And then lastly, I try to find balance in understanding that it's not all about this. I do have to find time to shut it down. There are times where I'm like, you know what, maybe we could go and make some money, but we're going to go to the movies, or we're going to go out of town. And so understanding that life is about experiences, and me and my husband, we have to work together. It has been hard. There are days we want to choke each other. There's days when we're like, do we need to do this? Are we fit for this together? Are we fit together at all? And the matter of it is, because he works so hard, he supports, he's a partner, but he's made a lot of sacrifices to quit his corporate job, and him working in it has allowed him to say, wow, I see that this is real. And he's joining us now. He's coming from an event.
Is he really? Tell him I say hello. Tell him to come and say hello to.
Hello, Mr. Corsa. Hello.
Hello. How are you? Oh, we're so happy to have you. Yeah, look, you're putting them all to work. I love that. I love that your purpose, your passion, and your plan has all come together. Your purpose, because you start out talking about your purpose, you mentioned your passion and your plan. And I love that you say this is a family thing. We are all in this. It is not kids stay at home and I go do what I do. This is our family plan. I love it. I love it. Love it. Now let's talk about the product, girl. First of all, tell people how can they get, if they don't live in the Birmingham, Alabama area, how can they get a hold of this amazing Naughty But Nice kettle corn?
Yes. Well, you are not limited to coming here, right? You don't have to be in Birmingham. We will always be able to serve you, and you can become a pothead from wherever you are. So you can ship, we can ship it. You can look on our events calendar to make sure that you see the events where Miss Poppy, our kettle corn food truck, where she's popping up at. And so we really had to focus on being aggressive with being digital. We always have had a website and stuff like that, but it wasn't to the point where you can actually order and ship. And so our very close friend, Charmaine, she owns Basket Gifts and Things. And so I'm all about plugging people. God allowed us to cross paths and we started working together because we really wanted to get into the kettle corn being seen as an option for gifting. So hence we've come up with the cute little gable boxes.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. We have the breast cancer boxes popping for the tatas. We have Mother's Day, Valentine's. We have the cute little tins. So if you are local, you can bring a tin. You know how you order the tins and you're like, well, what do I do with them? These are repurposed. So when you come in, we give you a percentage off of a refill bag.
Oh, I love it.
Is like, you know, pride. So we switch up our labels and we just try to be intentional. And so with that, you're able to order these things online. But she was very integral into helping us to pivot during the pandemic because that's all that people wanted to do was order online. They wanted small, safe packaged items like the mini snacks. And so this is what they were giving out to the doctors and the nurses. And so you can order online. So our website is www.nbnkettlecorn.com. And you go right there, hit a shop page, and you can start shopping away. This is the great time to start thinking about holiday gifts, as a lot of supplies and stuff like that is we have shortages, and that's amongst all industries. There are shortages. So you can always pre-order with us. You could set the date and, you know, you can already have your gifts out and know that, hey, this company's going to ship it when I'm ready. And we'll make relationships sweeter for you.
Wonderful. Girl, give us that website again that we can go order.
www.nbnkettlecorn.com.
nbnkettlecorn.com. I will have that on the podcast, you guys. You will see it on there so you can get some of this wonderful kettle corn. Hey, I love it. I love how you have different packages for different things that go on in the world. You said pride, you talked about breast cancer, Mother's Day, all of that.
So, yeah. And so to your point, Miss Dee, so we have, this is Sickle Cell Awareness Month. And so we created some awareness around that, which is typically a minority disease that we don't talk a lot about. And I have two cousins that suffer from that. Actually, my aunt who gave me the idea, those are my cousins. They're like my brothers, and you just don't have a lot of awareness. So we're trying to heighten the awareness through the efforts that we do. Next month, of course, is breast cancer, and we're going to make a concerted effort to talk more about domestic violence. It's Domestic Violence Awareness Month. So we're going to have a couple of organizations in to talk about it from the perpetrator's point of view as well as the victims. And so that's why we say we're popping with a purpose, and it's not just popcorn. You'll see that all splattered on our truck, our hashtags on Instagram and Facebook and LinkedIn, because it's not just popcorn, literally, because it's kettle corn, and figuratively, we're not just about offering a addictive snack, right?
Correct. Gotcha. I love how you are corporate, but you have so much of a community focus. You are corporate with the community focus, and I love that. Everyone needs that. Oh, we need that so much. You guys are such examples of how to do it. So now you mentioned the holidays. So tell people how, because you made this charcuterie board. And I'm big
my friend helped. He mainly did it.
Wine and charcuterie goes together to be. And you made this charcuterie board. People think of charcuterie boards. People that I talk to, they really just think of meat and cheese. But a snack charcuterie board is amazing. And I made one for the wine tasting we did with your popcorn, and we're going to talk about later. But tell people how they can use your popcorn for the holidays. Like, what things can they do with it?
Yeah. So first of all, you can simply use it to gift. We have, like I showed you, the gable boxes. You can send some tins to, and these are like our little quart-sized tins.
Okay. Oh, I love that. That's so cute.
And they come in various colors. We have a white on black. We have a platinum, a gold. If you're having a fall wedding, it's perfect for that for the holidays. But it's a good stocking stuffer, a holiday party treat. I mean, it's endless. You could gift the teachers at the school who worked all year so hard. I mean, the possibilities are endless. And so we've seen about everything that you could even use kettle corn for.
I know, because I know the next holiday that a lot of people like to celebrate that's coming up is Halloween. And, your kids get all this candy from whether they're going trick-or-treating or they're going to a trunk or treat at the church or, a praise and treat at the church or whatever. But I'm like, they're always getting candy. I'm like, okay, let's get something different. So I'm sure that that's something that people can do with your kettle corns. Like, instead of giving the candy, which is good, I'm not knocking candy, but I'm saying I would love to get some good naughty but nice kettle corn in my basket.
You know what we've seen? Yeah. So I'm gonna grab this green for you.
Okay.
This is our green apple pie, and it's perfect for the holidays. But for Halloween, we've seen it. We've seen people put it in the little, the clear serving gloves. To look like a scary little hand. We've seen the cheddar that goes into a bag, and it can look like a pumpkin. Oh gosh, we've just seen so many things. So you don't even have to leave it in our packaging. You can get a gallon bag and break it down and really make it recreative and recreate the experience.
Oh, I love that. I love that green. I may have to come get some of that myself. Put some of that aside for me. Yes. Oh, that is wonderful. So now I talked about the wine tasting. So I did an amazing wine tasting with your kettle corn. And when I tell you, my friends loved it. We had a ball. So much so I was like, you guys, can you leave some of the popcorn? I need some of this popcorn. Can you not take all the popcorn? But let's bring it back to the wine, and let's talk about, because some people, when they think of wine, they don't necessarily think of, kettle corn. And it paired so well. So like the ladies did a testing, and they took your salted caramel, which was their favorite, by the way. Birmingham mix.
I got you.
Yes. Salted caramel, Birmingham mix, and the jalapeno popper. Those were the three that they loved. And so with the salted caramel, so let's talk about a white wine. There you go. Ooh, love it, love it. Look, you're making me hungry right now. But for the white wine, for the salted caramel, they paired that. They like that with a Moscato. And Moscato.
Okay.
Yes, they tried it with some different white wines. And what won for the salted caramel was Moscato. For the red. Right. For people who are looking for, like, you want to sit down for a snack, you want to pour you a nice Moscato, get some kettle corn, you guys. Get some naughty but nice kettle. It is great. And then for the red, for the salted caramel, they loved, it was a red blend. It was a Cabernet mixed with a Syrah, but it had a sweetness to it that I was surprised by. And they loved that. So they paired that with a red blend. And we also did champagne for the tasting. And we paired each one with a champagne. And for the salted
caramel, ladies had a really good time.
Listen, we probably had too much of a good time, but we'll talk about that later. That's for off the podcast. But they paired that with like a nice, it was a rosé sparkling wine that they love with that. So, and then for the Birmingham mix, they love
what
Riesling.
did they partner that with? What did they partner? What did they partner that one with?
So for that the sparkling, for the sparkling, they did they loved it with the salted caramel, but they also loved it, believe it or not, with the jalapeno popper. They love the sparkling. So they did that with like a Prosecco, the jalapeno popper. They love the Prosecco with that. And I think another white that was like second was the Riesling. And then they also, surprisingly enough, because most of them like, we don't like wine if it's not sweet. When we got to the jalapeno popper, guess what they chose? They chose the Shiraz, which is not
and
sweet.
Tell us about a Shiraz. Okay.
A Shiraz. Now, a Shiraz is, a Shiraz is not sweet wine. It's a dry red wine. Okay.
Okay. And
if I'm not if I'm not mistaken, I'm gonna look on my phone because I don't want to tell people wrong because I always got some. So it comes from mostly like Australia and the Rhone Valley of France, and they make it here in the US too. But for people who think that, oh, I only like sweet wines, if it's not sweet, I don't like it. Shiraz has this velvety taste to it, and when I tell you it paired so well with that heat in the jalapeno popper, they were surprised because it was a blind taste testing, so that everybody had to write what they liked and put it in a bowl. And when I read off and they realized that the Shiraz won for all four of them, they were shocked. I said
they were shocked.
They were shocked. I said, you never know what you like until
you knock it till you try it, right?
Until you try it. But so I just want to let people know, Naughty but Nice Kettle Corn pairs so well with wine. It just, whatever your taste is, it seemed like the sweeter ones went well with a more sweet side of the wine, and your ones that had the kind of like the jalapeno popper that had the kind of a heat to it. Yeah, the savory ones. The savory paired well with more on the drier side. Like, if it's kind of like a Chardonnay or something like that, they paired well with that, but it did. But now you mentioned to me that you have two different types of the jalapeno poppers. Tell us what are the two types?
Oh, okay. So we have our classic cheddar, okay? And this isn't just any cheddar. It's not the Cheeto cheddar,
right?
Okay?
No, it's not.
This is the high-end gourmet cheddar. You can actually make sauces and all of that where we source it. It's actually something you can cook with. So this is our cheddar original jalapeno popper.
Okay.
But then we have a white cheddar. We have
I've got to try that.
And so it still has the heat of it. Yeah, but it's not as sharp as, like it's a more, how a white cheddar is. It's a slightly sharp, but it's more milky almost, but not milky.
It is a sharp, sharp kind of dairy, sharp, milky, like you said. I love it. My daughter, white cheddar is my youngest daughter. That's her favorite cheese. I always have to get white cheddar for her. Yes.
Both are amazing. And I only can imagine, I haven't tried this yet, but I probably should try mixing it up. So I'll probably try both of them together.
And I got to come get some of that. I didn't get the white cheddar one. I got the regular one, which is great. Tanisha, I just love you. I love your spirit. You have you have so much energy. You've got the perfect Winenergy, that wine energy, because
and I haven't even had any wine.
You haven't even had any yet. You haven't had. Look, let me. Since you said it, let me take another sip. There you go, girl. There you go. You have so much. I just want everyone, whether they're in the Birmingham, Alabama area or anywhere in the world, try your Naughty but Nice popcorn. I will definitely be supporting every program that you have, everything that you're doing. Anytime you need me, anytime you want me, please don't hesitate to look up Wine Dine.
Because I already have ideas.
Yes, I know you do.
We need to do a wine tasting, right? I think that should be a cute thing we should just do for the holidays. So I think you and I have endless possibilities. And just before we end, I have to plug your audience to let them know that this is going to almost be like a round 2, because MasterCard will be partnering with us again. And so you will definitely be there, and we will be going through the whole process of creating a charcuterie board, pairing it with a wine and a beer from another local brown girl who specializes in beer. So I'm just so excited to just be able to elevate our community of different things, thinking outside of the box, and experiences that we otherwise wouldn't think we would want to experience. And so you're not only having a great time, but you're putting energy and education behind Winenergy. So thank you again. And this has just been popping.
Thank you. And look, I'm a pop head for life. Look, you tell your beautiful family that, you know,
keep this doing is my little one. Doing. She's trying to show you all the kernel.
Hey, beautiful. Oh, it's so wonderful to see you. Look, I'm coming down there to get some popcorn. I'm coming to get some more because all of mine is out. It's out. With the wine tasting I had in my family here, I was like, have you guys eaten all the popcorn?
We should have gotten you a separate stash then.
Yes.
You should have one for the people and one for all of your efforts and hard work.
Yes, I'm coming to get it. Thank you. Well, look, you enjoy the rest of the day. I know you're very busy, and I thank you for being a guest on my podcast. You just don't know how much it means to me. And like I said, I will support you in any way I can. And I know you're going to support me. And I have just enjoyed it. And I can't wait for our MasterCard experience.
I cannot wait. Yes. I cannot wait. Wait. I'm so grateful. Thank you so much. And we are so excited to just create more pop heads out there.
Yes. Well, you have one. Well, no, take that back. You got 4 in my house because I have 3 of them. So you have 4 in my house. Definitely. Well, you have a great time, and thank you for supporting What's Your Winenergy by Wine Dine Didi. I appreciate it.